Welcome to InsideOut Wellness Hunter Valley. You are about to take the plunge and enter the realm of total relaxation. My name is Selena. This short introductory video is designed to teach you everything you need to know when you arrive on our doorstep at InsideOut, and to explain to you everything that you won't be doing when you enter into our float pod. The experience of floating means that you won't be fighting gravity. The power of 500 kilograms of premium, food-grade, naturally occurring premium Epsom salts sourced from Germany support your body. The water temperature in the pod is maintained at body temperature to have a neutralizing effect on the thermoreceptor nerve endings in your skin. This means that when you settle into the tank, you will lose all perception of where your body ends and the water begins. Your ears will be immersed just below the surface of the water. This will reduce your perception of the sound in the environment around you. When you remove all external stimuli from your body's awareness, depriving it of light, sound, temperature, touch, and gravity, you give your mind an opportunity to be able to reset. This will allow your mind and body to have much more space and resources available to it. Your physical body has the opportunity to rest, relax, decompress, de-stress, and melt away all muscle tension around it. Your mind is able to process information without the noise of life interrupting it. Importantly, your brain can release endorphins like dopamine and serotonin, life's happy hormones, and also lower your levels of cortisol. This experience will take you to a new level of relaxation, and for most, this will be a zone that you have never been able to reach previously. Here is a walkthrough of what to expect when you arrive at our center. You will be greeted by one of our friendly team members, and if this is your first time here at our center, they will ask you if you have already completed the online waiver form that has been previously delivered to your inbox before you arrived. If you haven't, they'll just ask you to fill out a hard copy for us while you're here. A team member will check with you to make sure you haven't had any recent cold or flu-like symptoms or other signs of any infectious illnesses. They will also check with you to make sure that you haven't recently had in the past few days an application of fake tan, or if you have your hair coloured, they will check to make sure that it is already running clear when you shower. There is no need to bring anything with you when you arrive at the centre. Unless you wear contacts, you'll need to bring a case to pop them in for when you're in the float tank. If you have floated with us previously, we'd also ask you to bring your earplugs from your first experience. If you've forgotten to bring your earplugs, that's okay. They can be repurchased for a small fee. If this is your first time of floating with us, you will be provided with a complimentary set. Our team member will then show you through to our float room. If this is one of your first float sessions, they will orientate you to the float room and how to float, and they are more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. In the float room, you have access to a private ensuite toilet. We recommend that you use the toilet before hopping into the float tank, just so that you don't get distracted whilst you're floating away. You will be encouraged to place your phone, keys, and bag over at the daybed or the small table provided to keep them away from the salt. We also recommend that you remember to turn your phone off or on silent if you haven't already. There's nothing more distracting than just about drifting away in the float tank to be rudely brought back to reality by the sound of your phone ringing. When the team member closes the door behind them, we ask that you promptly disrobe, remove all possible jewelry, and if you wear contact lens, now is the time to take them out and place them in the case. Apply the organic barrier cream provided if you have any little nicks or cuts. Pop this on before you have your pre-float shower. This helps to reduce the sting of the cuts when you're in the float tank solution. Step into the shower for a quick 1 to 2 minute rinse. Use all of the organic Saya products for the face cleansing and body wash. We need you to wash off all makeup, hair products, fragrances, and body oils, but please don't use the conditioner before you float. Make sure that you dry your face, hairline, and any facial hair really well. You don't want water running into your eyes when you're in the tank. When you hop out of the shower, you have the option of wearing earplugs if you don't like the sensation of water in your ears. These earplugs are designed to be reused, so hang on to them for your next float. When you have had your quick pre-float rinse, dried off well, inserted your earplugs, then it's time to switch off the light that operates the pendant and the fan. The other lights in the room are operated on a sensor, and they'll go out of their own accord when there's no movement. They'll come back on as you step out of the float pod. Now it is time to step into the float tank. Carefully place both hands on the side of the tank and step your feet into the pod. Be careful because the solution is slipperier than water. There is an anti-slip surface on the bottom of the tank, but please still do take care. Our team member would have put a clean face washer soaked in fresh water on the left-hand side of the tank. On the right-hand side of the tank, there is a spray bottle filled with fresh water. In the event that you get salt in your eyes, use the spray bottle to flush your eyes out and then pat them dry with the face washer. Once standing in the tank, you are totally in control of your experience. There is no lock on the lid. There is a handle on the inside of the tank. When you are ready, carefully lower the lid down on the float tank. You are in total control of opening or closing the lid on the pod whenever you desire. Floating is best done nude so that you don't have the distraction of a sensory experience on your skin. If you are uncomfortable with this, you can choose to wear your swimwear. It is also best to have the lid down and the light off. But each person can choose whether this occurs and when this occurs. It is totally up to you. If the closing of the lid and the light off is too daunting for you, you can float your entire session with the lid up and the light on. It is not uncommon for somebody that hasn't floated in a Dream Pod float tank before to have some concerns and reservations about feeling slightly claustrophobic. But for most people, when they arrive at the centre and see the sheer size of the float pod and the room that it is housed in, all of their fears are evaporated. The pod is much bigger than an average spa bath and is in a room that is far bigger than most people's bathrooms. So with the lid up, there is no need to worry about feeling at all claustrophobic. Floating enhances healthy sleep patterns, energy levels, and helps improve recovery from exercise and injury. As soon as you lie back into the float tank with your head up towards the shower end and your feet towards the pod's interior light, the power and the buoyancy of the Epsom salts will immediately make you float. Take a minute to enjoy the light therapy and listen to the calming music. Our default setting, which can be adjusted if requested, is to play music for the first 10 minutes of your session. When you hear the music begin, you will know that your float session has commenced. The music will gently fade out after the first 10 minutes to remove the sense of sound. After you are settled in the tank, gently tap the green button on the left. This will turn the lights off. At any time during your session that you would like the lights to come back on, simply tap the green button again. To your right, there is a red assist button. If for any reason you need our help, please gently tap the button to your right. This will send an alert message to the float tank's dashboard to alert one of our team members that you require some assistance. The team member will come to the door to try and troubleshoot, acknowledging that you are most likely floating nude, so they will respect your privacy. If in the event that they were unable to elicit a response from you, they would, however, open the float tank lid to make sure that you are okay. The chance of this ever needing to occur is minimal. Once floating and comfortable in the tank, there are a few different arm positions that you can try to get the best fit for you. These are arms by your side, arms crossed over your chest, arms behind your head, or arms above your head. Once you've established the best option for you, relax into the water, slow your breath, relax your head and neck, and switch off. You may experience some tension in your first session or two, but with repeated floating sessions, this will all but dissolve. If you experience chronic pain, you may become acutely aware of it. This is because your mind has space and is able to concentrate on it. Persevere through this. Studies have shown that this will decrease by 40 to 50% within the first session and by 80 to 90% by the 4th to 5th sessions. In the first few sessions, you may find it very difficult to switch your mind off. In fact, your mind may go into overdrive because it's found new space where it can bring thoughts that have been floating around in your subconscious mind to your conscious mind. You may also become very aware of all the information coming from your body, because now that it has removed the senses of light, sound, temperature, touch, and gravity, it has more room to process this information. You may also find it difficult to trust that you can completely float with absolutely no effort at all. Make sure you concentrate on relaxing your spine and your head. These are all very natural responses when learning how to float in a float tank. Do not let this make you frustrated. When it is time to exit the tank, tap the green button on your left. Carefully stabilize yourself onto your knees and gently push up the lid of the float tank. Stand up in the tank and let the water drip off you. Give yourself a moment to ground yourself and come back to reality. Then, by placing your hands on the side of the tank, carefully step out of the tank and onto the floor. Be mindful that you will be covered in the solution from the tank, and it is very slippery, so do take care when stepping towards the shower. Step into the shower. You have roughly 10 minutes to shower, dry, dress, and exit the room. Please be mindful of the length of your shower to be respectful to our environment, our current drought conditions, and for the next client that's coming in after you. Please use our beautiful organic products available in the shower. And after you've showered, make sure that you take out your earplugs. Once dry, please redress and exit the room as quickly as possible to allow us to clean down the room and prepare it for our next client. Please leave your wet towels in the room, take your belongings with you, and leave the door open upon exiting. There is a beauty bar available near the reception with a hairdryer and straightener and other beauty products for your use. After your session, you are able to use our Zen Lounge, where you can choose from a selection of reading materials, naturopathically formulated herbal teas, and alkaline water. There is no need to rush off once relaxed in our Zen Lounge. Take as long as you desire. Floating can create a sense of euphoria and an energized state. But sometimes, when we're first learning to float, the detoxification process can also make you sleepy. This will improve with repeated sessions, and over time, this feeling will be replaced with a sense of revitalization. Remember, chronic health conditions and feelings of low mood do not develop overnight, and as such, will take more than one float to help to start to resolve. So please have a chat to one of our team members about bulk float purchases and membership options. Let us know if there is anything that we can do to assist you, or if there is any questions that you would like answered. Before you leave, don't forget to book in your next float with one of our team members, or you can do this online via the portal linked to our website. We trust that you have had an amazing experience, and we cannot wait to welcome you back soon.